Get ready. It's time for the Me and Jesse podcast with Mark Pavelich and Jesse Martineau. Get ready. It's time for the Me and Jesse podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Me and Jesse podcast. My name is Mark Pavelich, away in the Grove, the big, sexy, back from hiatus, Jesse Martineau, and our special guest tonight, the incomparable.
Wow.
Come on, guys. I'm working on my shit. Anthony, pretty boy, Taylor.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Really good. Good to see you.
What's going on? What's going on over there? Come on now. Listen. The Manifesto King.
You ain't wrong.
Has now got himself a fight in August.
Yes.
With KSI and Slim. Now, explain to me how this took place and how we got to this kind of tag team triple threat match. I'm not sure, because I have a strange suspicion that Anthony Taylor could flip the switch on everybody and knock out both of them. I'm just saying that's an option.
I mean, look, you just never know what could happen. You know, I got a call up from Mams Taylor out of nowhere. It says, look, you're going to be fighting KSI with Slim. We're going to announce it right now. I'm like, what? Okay. Man, hey, it just happened. It's going to be a handicap match, 2 versus 1. But of course, it's not going to be like where it's just 2 guys in the ring at the same time going against KSI. Of course, it's going to be a tag team match, like, you know, if it was WWE handicap.
Gotcha.
You get to definitely tag out anytime if you hurt. But I think if you do get knocked out, the fight's over.
Yes.
Fight's over.
Yes. So best case scenario, you start and you put it on him early and you don't tag out. You know what happens now, Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor? Do you see this hand? Do you see his hand? This is that skyrocket going to the clouds, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
If you put it on him early and put it on him, because listen, there's no question. KSI knows how to box now, but he doesn't have knockout power. He doesn't.
No.
In my opinion, he doesn't have knockout power.
No, he doesn't.
So
he's a novice.
He can point you. He can point you. Stick move. But if you put it on him, you bulldog him like you know how to do.
Right.
Slim might not even see the ring. He might not even get in.
Well, I think, but who knows? Misfits might implement something where you have to at least tag at least once in the round, so that way it's fair for both opponents because it is KSI and it's promotion. But we don't know what's going to happen. We just have to really wait and find out and see what's the rules further. You never know. There might be any new surprises, special guests. We don't know. We don't know what we're dealing with when we're talking about Misfits.
Now, this fight's going to be where, in England?
This fight's going to be in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay, I have the idea of ideas now. I'm going to take this another level, right? Because now I'm in the boxing game again. And as you both know, I sold out our first show live on UFC Fight Pass with my partners. And you know what's crazy? Me and Jesse will make the flight to Dublin, Ireland as your corners.
There you go. There you fucking go. Hey, it's time for you guys to come to my fight. Look,
it is.
We've been talking about this. Did we talk before or after the Tommy Fury fight?
After.
Man, hey, I told you I'm going to be after the Tommy Fury fight. I said I'm going to be the biggest thing in sports entertainment since The Rock. Now look at me.
Yeah.
And it took 2 years, but we are fucking there. The pretty boy train has built the rocket, and we just skyrocket. We're going up.
Yep.
And now everybody's going to take my work serious now. They're going to realize, yo, this guy just fucking manifested.
No matter what now, you can't say shit.
Yeah.
You can't say shit.
I got a KSI fight. look, some people hits me up calls like, bro, can you believe you're fighting KSI? I'm like, holy shit. No. I'm a fighter. I'm expect to fight these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
Exactly.
Because now I have that mindset when people be looking at it like, damn, Canelo's about to fight Benavieve or Bivol. I'm like, what is his mindset? It's like mine. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fight. I don't give a fuck what pose he poses.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. What you don't even realize this sometimes because you're in a gym full of savages. Okay,
right.
That you're in the gym with world class animals, and let's call them animals because they're they're not normal human beings. These are killers.
Correct.
These are registered killers, and what people don't understand is KSI would have a problem in your gym. Like he would have a huge problem in your gym.
Absolutely.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why it's not a big thing for you when they say, "Oh, you're fighting KSI." You're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah," because it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because in your gym, you're sparring with AJ McKee. You have you have Cyborg that trains in your gym on occasion. You have all these people that are there all the time. Quentin Jackson, all these people come by, and so big deal. Like you look at KSI and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to fight him next. You know what I mean? But people in your gym would murder him.
Absolutely. Look, it took us a while to get here. I had to make some sacrifices. A lot of people don't know. I turned down an Islam Makhachev fight 2.5 years ago to go train with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
To spar him.
Yeah.
I sacrificed going to the UFC to go with Jake Paul, but look where it opened up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know, and I tell people, I train hard to make this shit look easy.
Yeah, dude.
Simple as that. Yeah. Hard work pays off. And now we are at a time of my life where everything I touch turns into gold.
Yeah. Hey man, you've been saying it for years here though. You've been saying it for years, and people now, like, the proof is here, and it always is. Every time
Jesse,
you come on,
I know I've seen this. Look, Jesse, you could be honest. You were probably a disbeliever at one point. Like, I don't really see this guy being the most electrifying man in entertainment. But Jesse, you're seeing it with your own eyes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That look, this motherfucker was on our show, and now he's one of the biggest fucking things. Like, a lot of people don't know. I got in the ring with KSI, and I'm getting there with KSI. I got in the ring with Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, hell, Floyd Mayweather. I'm doing the shit that no one else has done.
Yeah.
And that's getting in the ring with all those guys. I'm damn near becoming a pioneer in the whole influencing crossover scene.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody you have to understand, I'm the first African-American MMA fighter to be on Showtime pay-per-view twice with Tyron Woodley, fight on the Zone pay-per-view, Fight TV pay-per-view. I've done it all. I've been on every KSI card besides the very first one he had. I've been on every single one. You can't even mention crossover boxing without mentioning Anthony Taylor. That's why you can't spell GOAT without AT.
This is so good. Man, honestly, you've been doing it. And again, I think a lot of people were in that boat where they didn't believe you, but I mean, people can't argue now.
They can argue among themselves. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Let them argue among themselves, because once I beat KSI, look, there's no point for Jake Paul fighting KSI. Jake Paul's going to want to fight me next.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be the big fight. Yeah, Anthony Taylor was my partner. I think I'll sell a lot of pay-per-views with Anthony Taylor while KSI goes back to the drawing board, recoups himself, then we'll throw it back. But right now, Anthony Taylor's the hot commodity.
Do you realize the amount of money that you will potentially make? Listen to me. As the promoter speaking now. The amount of money that you will make if you knock out KSI, the amount of money you will make after that, regardless if this is a handicap match, regardless. If Slim knocks him out, Slim's going to the fast track. If you knock him out, which I believe you have the potential, I don't think Slim has the potential to knock him out. I think you do. So if you knock him out, the amount of money that you will make on your next fight is wheelbarrows.
So, hey,
Wheelbarrows.
if I fight KSI, they're gonna need to give me a couple of millions, because you want that rematch after I knock you out.
Yeah, no.
I need at least about 5 million.
Yeah,
Cash me out.
no. You won't answer your call. You don't even answer the calls for the first 2 months. Because it just goes like this, along with this is what we're doing now here on the Me and Jesse podcast, and then it's just gonna rain down that cash. And I'm telling you, man, that you have no. I think KSI hasn't thought that much forward. I don't think he's even thought of the idea of like, oh my God, if Anthony Taylor knocks me out, what do I? Where do I go? You know, like do like I don't like he hasn't thought that far. Yours is easy. You knock him out, you got the patch on your back now, and then he has to go and like sell Prime energy drinks to people for a while till they can figure out what the hell's going back, around.
Look, I just wanted to be the face of misses. It's time for an African American from the United States to really put boxing on the map, because Deontay Wilder couldn't do it and he failed us the way he's fighting like shit. And it's so damn fucked up that we don't have an American boxer who can represent, not just on the pro level, but on the influencer level. When people say boxing in different countries, the first thing they think of Jake Paul.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't say Canelo because he's from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can't associate Canelo with American boxing.
Right.
No.
But you can associate Jake Paul, because what American do people know? You ain't gonna say Andy Ruiz.
And the next generation coming up right now, like Jesse's kids' age, my neighbors next door, the white kids living next door. You know who they think? They think Jake Paul. Jake
Paul.
I've never heard them say Canelo's name one time. They're like, Mark. They're like,
they don't
Mark,
know who he
Jake
is.
Paul? They don't even know who he is. And I'm saying that's the next generation coming up. They don't even know who Canelo is.
Because back then you could talk about Hagler, Hearns.
Oh yeah, tons. Yeah.
Leonard. You could talk. Big, with so many heavyweights. But right now we don't have nobody in America who represents boxing as a whole. When I go to the UK, I get booed, and I tell everybody all the time, Jesse, if they are not booing you, they don't know who the hell you are.
Right.
If they are booing you,
they know
who you are. And I rather get boos and cheers, because that means people fucking hate seeing my guts. And when they hate seeing my guts, they're going to pay to see me try to get my ass knocked out.
Yeah, 100%.
That's right, 100%. Yeah. It is so funny, like when you think about like the press conferences, like Muhammad Ali days, and that's all they had. Now, like the influencer thing is so different. I'm
doing the same thing with Muhammad Ali is doing.
It's just a different platform.
I'm doing it, but it's just a different platform under a different genre.
Yeah.
I sometimes have to remind myself, am I the reincarnation of Sugar Ray Robinson? Because he died in 1989 of April, and I was born of 1989 of June. So that's 2 months after. That's 2 months after Sugar Ray Robinson passed. Am I like I should have? And it's crazy. Like I tell people, someone said this to me, Mark and Jesse, Anthony. If you can go back in time and you tell your younger self anything, what would you do to go back to yourself in high school and tell them? You know what I say? I'll sit down and look at them. I'm gonna tell you, Jesse and Mark. I will go back in time to myself in high school, and I'll be like, "Do you, bro? We good over here.
Yeah,
it might take a while, but we good. I'm just do you. I'm just gonna watch you.
Yeah.
We good. We good. We living a great fucking life. Yeah, we made some hiccups, but them hiccups made you who you are now. I don't need to tell you nothing. Nope, don't even bother asking me. Do you, bro? We are good. Yeah, it took me 35 years to get to the fucking top. A lot of people's journey is different from mine. Some people might do it by the time they're 21. Others might do it till they're 41. We saw the pursuit of happiness, how his journey became. He didn't become successful till his late 40s. Everybody's journey is different.
Correct.
But anybody can manifest the same as long as you put forth what you want. You can talk about it, but can you be about it? And this is why I say I train hard to make fighting look easy, because I bust my ass off. And the same way it goes, everybody should apply.
It's one thing to talk about it all the time, but can you back it up? And how much do we see that today? And especially on the platforms you're on with influencing and stuff, you see a lot of people trying to just fake it till you make it kind of idea, but you're actually
Right.
you're making it and making it. Like you're actually going
Yeah.
doing the things that
Absolutely.
nobody sees and making sure those things are right,
Yeah.
so that you get to this point and people respect you.
Jesse, if this was the Bible, what character would I be in the Bible for crossover boxing?
That's a good
Oh,
question.
Jesse
That's a
could
good
come up with that
question.
answer.
Crossover
Which,
boxing.
who would I? If this is crossover boxing, and I'm the only MMA fighter in crossover boxing, who would I be in the Bible?
I don't know. Are you thinking the Apostle Paul?
I would be Moses.
Moses,
I'm
parting the
going
Red
to
Sea.
lead my MMA people to crossover boxing.
I see
Follow
what you're
me.
saying.
I'm going to split the sea to
Yeah.
crossover boxing down there. You guys want to know? Let me show you the formula.
Good
Follow me.
analogy. Good analogy.
Yeah.
I'm the Moses of crossover boxing. You follow me, I'm gonna send you, bring you to the promised land. I've done it. Tyron could have done it, but he didn't. Conor McGregor, he was never in it. He was in it for the money. I am the first.
Don't you find that outrageous now that Conor McGregor had the opportunity to continue on in crossover boxing and make 10 times the money in crossover boxing than he does in MMA, and he didn't do it? Why, Anthony?
The UFC
100 million
contract,
reasons?
That's UFC contract is a hell of a motherfucker. You know, it's crazy. I sat down with GSP in Puerto Rico. Me and GSP, we sat down at the time when I was training with him and John Gallagher.
Yeah, Gallagher.
So we was out there. I said, GSP, why you don't want to do boxing? You should come fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
This year, he's like, you want me to tell you the truth? To be honest, I can't. I'm under a 2-year contract with the UFC. I can't do nothing till after 2 years.
Wow.
Them 2 years, how old is GSP now?
Yeah, it's over now. Yeah, he's 40.
It's over now.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
would he want to fight now? If I can see if he's talking about 34 GSP, but we're
Yeah.
talking about 40-year-old GSP,
Yeah,
40
no.
something.
Yeah, no.
He said that the fact that he's under contract, he can't do no other sports because he's under contract.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
Yeah, 'cause-
we all got to remember that this is the same GSP who fought Matt Serra for $17,000. That's the main fucking event in Montreal.
In his hometown. Yeah.
In his hometown. 17,000 defending your title against Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I tell people, look, don't copy the style that I'm doing. Copy it, but put it into your own pizza sauce. Make your own
absolutely.
sauce where it tastes good.
Yeah.
If you just copy my sauce, you go, that's that sauce from Anthony's. Have your own sauce, create it the way you want to create it, and cook it the way you want to cook it. I'm living my life. I'm enjoying every moment because a lot of people just think, oh, I'm this loudmouth guy. But in reality, I'm a slick motherfucker and I know how to maneuver shit.
Are you still getting married?
Oh, I already got
Yeah, he
married.
is married.
My wife, I
Okay,
got
that's a
married in
done deal?
January.
That's
Yeah.
a done deal.
Yeah, maybe we went to the courthouse, got married, but we're gonna do a big wedding this year.
Oh, nice,
Next
nice.
January.
Nice girl. Nice
Yeah,
girl.
beautiful wife. She's a nurse. I'm loving it.
Some kids, gonna have some kids here or what?
Of course,
Oh,
Mark.
gee,
You know
I gotta
me.
check, man.
But first, I gotta buy. I gotta get this money up because right now we knock out KSI. I might be your next door neighbor.
Open in the
we
back.
both hanging
Open
out.
in the back, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So wait, tell me about your show, Mark. How did it go? Like, how many people were there?
Well, it was sold out, and it was on UFC Fight Pass, and of course we had Devin Alexander, 2-time world champion,
Okay.
on in the main events against Vlad Penin, who is a
Okay.
world-ranked fighter, and I did it, and I loved it, and for me, it's so addictive. Like it's dangerously addictive for me. So I got to be careful because I don't want to crawl back into that black hole because if I go back into that black hole, I don't come up for air, right?
How
So
many people did it seat it?
it only fits 1,500 people, but it
That's
was
not bad.
it was $5,000 a table.
Mm.
So to give you an idea, right? This was New
Yeah.
Jack City stuff going on here, right? So
Mm.
the crazy part is that I committed to 2 shows a year on purpose, but I can't commit to more than that because if I do, then that becomes my new business, right? And it's a side hustle, and I'm not going to turn it into 4, 5, 6 shows a year. I'm not.
Hey, Mark, you might as well come on the bandwagon with Creator Fight League and let's just sell the fuck out this influencer scene because
Yeah.
that's what
Well,
I'm
it's
just
funny
saying.
because I had your guy on, but he backed down. He backed out of the fight, Kimbo Slice Jr. And he's from your crew, and I was very disappointed because his injury was a very bizarre injury. It wasn't like
Yeah.
a severe.
But we don't need to get into that. I know
Yeah.
that's a sensitive topic for you, Mark. So I totally
Yeah.
understand. But
Yeah.
we gotta figure out a way how can Mark get more shows going on in Canada.
I don't want more shows though. I don't.
I'll
Cause,
come there and we'll help them run them for you.
because if I put on too many shows, it just becomes like I become another human being when I do this business. So it's my alter ego that runs like with my partners, and it's seriously, man, it's like I love it too much. Like it's massive addiction.
Sometimes you gotta have impulse control, learn how to control it. I mean, look,
Yeah,
we all
100%.
go through it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally understand. I need to know when I'm going to be retiring. I probably got about 2 years left of this game. And
Is
then
that
from
it?
here on out, yeah, probably, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
unless the money comes, then that Saudi money comes. Make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's right. But you think
And that's-
like
yeah.
you're looking. I mean, I guess you always have to be thinking about that or the plan a little bit. How far ahead in the plan are you?
I'm already 2 steps ahead right now. I'm gonna fight KSI, knock his ass out. Then he's gonna want to fight me 1-on-1. That's where I'm gonna get the big money fight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
beat him 1-on-1. Then I'm gonna go ahead and fight Jake Paul, my boy. Jake Paul's my boy, regardless. But a good fight's a good fight.
Yeah.
Beat Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Go to Saudi Arabia, and make some really good money in Saudi.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you're thinking, but you've always been thinking, and that's the one thing that we've always noticed is like you're always thinking.
Jesse, I've been manifesting the biggest fights. Now I need to be manifesting the biggest checks.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I need to be doing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because really, at the end of the day, can you imagine like being in the UFC still?
No,
You don't even care.
I don't even care. I make
No,
more money. I make more money than 50% of their rosters.
Yeah.
Just know that. Know that. I'm good where I'm at. I don't the way UFC the way they treat. I just don't feel right how they treat certain fighters. It just doesn't rub me. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact they allow other fighters to test positive and they don't speak on it. They'll speak on the hell out of John Jones testing dirty, but they try to shun the fuck out of people who speak on Islam who tested positive purposely back then in the UFC. No one speaks on that.
Yeah.
But they love praising Islam, but they never speak on Islam on purposely popped.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
yeah.
That's so. As far as the UFC, pay me if you want me to fight. Pay me a lot of money, and I'll do fight to fight basis, non exclusive.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they don't do that with anybody though.
They don't do that with anybody. I mean, pay me my worth. I'd rather go WWE than UFC.
Absolutely.
And Logan Paul's doing that right now, and he's doing good.
He's doing good. There's no point for him to do MMA or boxing. He's
No.
good. This guy's. I tell people, until you see your face on a figurine in Walmart, Target, or any other store, you made it. You made it. That means you made it. You're like, damn, I'm in a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the goal, is to be in a video game.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the age of 21, I'm gonna be like, whoo. At 35, I'm gonna be this top dog of the world. I'd be like, hell no, that's old. 35, people are retired in NBA, NFL at that time. Like, that's old.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's crazy how time flies.
It
Yes.
sure does. It is.
Who's your main sparring partner for boxing?
I haven't even gotten kept yet.
No, but when you get into camp, who would be?
Remember AJ McKee.
AJ
He'll be
McKee.
my main sparring partner. Yeah, AJ McKee will definitely be my main sparring partner.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready to knock his out. I'm ready to go anytime. I'm just ready to get out there and showcase what I can do.
What do you feel about the tag team thing? I mean, has this been done before?
I mean,
haven't seen
look,
this.
Look, it hasn't been done, but tag team, yeah, it has, but not 2 versus 1. I'm ready to, as long as I get to hit them, that's all that matters. I don't give a fuck if it's 6 versus 1. As long as we each get a chance to hit them, That's all that matters. And my chances was going to count more than anything.
You think this will be one of the most watched because it is a handicap match?
I think it'd be because the most. I think this would be the most watched because this.
Yeah.
I'm his toughest opponent since Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
And everybody in the scene knows that. People can talk all the shit they want, but all reality, besides Tommy Fury, Anthony Taylor is going to be KSI next hardest test. Slim is a scrawny ass guy who fights at 165. He has no business being in there with KSI at whatever KSI weight wants to come in at. Me, on the other hand, I fought Tommy Fury. I fought Aegis-Berg. I fought the best of the best. I fought on the biggest stage. I fought in big stages in Bellator. I'm the toughest fight for KSI. And what's so crazy, speaking of Bellator, I made my biggest Bellator debut co-main event in Dublin, Ireland.
Wow.
When I went 2-5, and I had a comeback fight when I began my winning streak was in Dublin, Ireland, when I beat Dean Barry. Now I'm returning to Dublin, Ireland as the main fucking event.
Dude. I mean,
Tell
really.
me that's not a fucking movie itself.
Yeah. You got to play yourself, though.
I got to. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dublin's awesome. Well, I mean, geez, I love Dublin. Let's go to Dublin, Mark.
Jesse, my question: what camera are you using? That motherfucker is crispy.
I know, yeah. It's a little overkill for a webcam. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you got to send me the link to that, man. I want to buy one of those.
Yeah, okay.
I got too many cameras. I got about 3 Canons and 1 Sony.
Oh,
Still trying to get that clarity like you got.
yeah. Well,
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on
Yeah.
it.
Well, 5K.
Hey, everything is going smooth. I'm telling you this right now. From a year from now, I'm gonna be the hottest thing, and you'll probably be seeing me fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, I mean that's astronomical money.
Just I'm calling out now. Floyd's gonna really take my challenge serious.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
It would be.
That would be fun, and that's the fight I've been really trying to chase. Me versus Floyd.
Yeah,
because I ain't gonna let Floyd do what he want to do. It's gonna be me versus Floyd.
Yeah. Logan Paul had the right approach with Floyd. I mean, he was way bigger, but he had the right approach about the attack that he had. Like he didn't like sit back with Floyd. That's a mistake. You have to attack. Like you can't let Floyd get off. You can't let Floyd just outpoint the shit out of you. You got to like Logan went after him. Logan's not a good boxer, but he went after him. He literally went after him, and Floyd struggled with that kind of approach.
Absolutely. If I can get Floyd, I'm gonna hit his ass going down.
Correct.
Well,
tell these people.
Everyone. Well, I mean, how much is your phone blowing up over the last few days?
A lot. A lot. Hey, everything happens for a reason, gentlemen.
Yeah, it does. I mean, really, honestly, like we love you on this show, and we've always watched this. Every time you come back, there's something huge that's going on. And
every single time.
Every time.
The next one's going to be even bigger.
Yes,
that's how we had.
That's exactly right.
We had to get you on the show today because of the announcement with KSI, and then we have to figure a way that when you do the KSI fight, that you basically have to make sure to get a lot of corporate sponsors behind you for this fight.
Well, I'm looking for sponsors, Mark. If you know anybody who wants to sponsor me for this fight,
we have to figure that out on the Me and Jesse podcast. Get people to sponsor you for this fight. Make it a big deal.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's always our pleasure that you come on the show, and I mean you're the best guest. But it's just beyond this. It's beyond obviously one show. You do this 24/7. And people
all day.
People have noticed. It's amazing.
All day. But thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming on, bro. We super appreciate you being on the show. And listen, we very rarely have ever had a guest on 3 times.
I don't think ever.
Ever.
Yeah, you're the first.
Ever. Tommy Fury one, Salt Poppy, the so many.
Yeah,
Man, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more.
This is the third time, and never had a guest on 3 times, and there's a reason for that. We can't thank you enough.
Thank you, my brother. Hey, Mark. Anytime we call, I'm always answering your phone calls on the first one.
Fantastic, and I do enjoy the calls that you give me sporadically, just for no reason whatsoever, just to check up. And for people watching, this is Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
June. We don't talk about it enough because we're all so macho and whatever the case may be, but it's true. Anthony Taylor calls, one of the few people in the world that calls and asks me, "What's up, Mark? You all right?" So you have to understand that, people. That's that says something about the person calling.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys, man. I appreciate you, man. Let's keep in touch some more, gentlemen.
Okay, buddy. Peace out.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Get ready. It's time for the Me and Jesse podcast with Mark Pavelich and Jesse Martineau.
Jesse, that's what I love about him coming on the show. He's the only guest we've ever had on 3 times. And what I'm trying to tell people is that, yeah, he might not be the best boxer in the world, but his whole package of how he does things and how he, every time he's been on our show, has said, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And it's every time it's happened. So you have to follow Anthony Taylor. You have to give him all the praise because he literally has done everything he said he was going to do on this show.
It's incredible that he's done it. Like he did it. He said it. And a lot of times I think a lot of people say stuff and then don't have the balls to do it.
The direction.
The balls.
The balls, yeah.
Really? Because it takes that's work then. Like you say all this stuff.
Yeah, it's scary.
But it's then you got to work. Like it's not right. Like you can just like say it and it happens and you don't have to do anything. You actually have to work for it, and that's what people need to understand. Like he's fighting KSI. Like that's something that we talked about like a year ago or whatever it was, and
even a year ago when he was talking about it, I was kind of like, whatever, like you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden, now we're here, and he literally said like he was going to do this. Then he's the misfit champion at that weight class.
Yeah.
He said he was going to do that. We were kind of like, I don't know about that, right? And then he is. And
yeah, absolutely.
Like, and now it's like, oh, and now he's fighting KSI, and now he's like, he's going to make a ton of money for doing that. And it's like, that's what you have to give Anthony credit for. When you're watching this show, you have to understand something. It's called self-belief. See, no one's ever scared in their life about failure. It's bullshit. That's what you tell yourself. You wake up in the morning and you tell everybody, oh, I'm so scared of failure. I'm so scared of failure. It's bullshit. You're not scared of failure. You're scared of success. Success is painful.
Yeah.
When people were asking me to get back in the boxing business or the combative sports business, I was scared. Okay. It wasn't I'm all excited and everything. No, man, I was scared. You know why? Because if I come back in the boxing business and I don't sell out the show with my partners and it's a flop, people go, oh, this guy don't have it no more. He don't have it. So this is the point I'm trying to make to people. You're not scared of failure. You're scared of success. Mm-hmm. And Anthony Taylor is that guy that's not scared of success.
Yeah.
He goes after. And then my phone blew up yesterday. 5 million people telling me, Anthony Taylor, we moved our guests around. We put him on. We have guests every week coming up. It's crazy. We have Duke Rufus coming on the show. We have Matt Mitrione, fought in the UFC and, awesome guy coming up on the show. We got a bunch of guys coming up on the shows. And literally when I heard that Anthony was doing this, I had to put him on the show today because of like the madness of what he speaks comes true.
That's right.
Comes true.
It sure does.
So,
so and he puts the work in. Yeah. And now he's fighting KSI. It's awesome. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
It is. And Jesse Martineau, what do you want to talk about? We want to talk about the Oilers making it into the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, I guess
losing the first game.
Mm-hmm.
But most arguably outplayed a team, and that's kind of scary when you outplay a team and you lose 3-0, empty net goal, but we'll say 2-0. But you outplayed them and lost.
Hey, but what have we said? What have we said from
That's
forever? Scary. We said you need a goaltender that can take you there.
Yeah,
and they ran into Bobrovsky.
And Florida has that.
Yeah. Or, yeah, they.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, now what happens? But what can you do tonight? Like tonight is massive for the Oilers. They can't.
Yeah.
Like they have to come out again firing. They have to keep. Although
Knoblauch
said he didn't like his start. They said he didn't like the start, but again, like they rallied, but still, like you gotta come out swinging. I think the thing about the Panthers is like they can get under your skin.
Yeah.
With I don't know. Like there's something about them that does bug you. And
don't you think the Oilers got to come out crashing the net? Like they got to come out.
They have to do something to piss them off. Like that's what I mean.
They have to crash the net.
Yeah.
They have to crash the net. They have to listen. I'm not saying get a penalty, but you got to surf that line.
This is a series. This isn't a one game thing. This is a series. And so
and the others have killed 29 penalties in a row.
Yeah.
So if you've killed 29 penalties in a row, maybe it's time to take one really early.
Yeah.
You snow their goalie, snow him good. And you spray him and you start that process of like disrespect.
Yeah.
Because this is for the Stanley Cup. Listen, I've watched every game in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I'm telling you, there's nothing on this planet that is more exciting than Stanley Cup playoffs.
Wow.
I don't give a shit. I don't care what you're watching at home. There's nothing. Literally, they're going around the NFL right now asking the NFL players which team's going to win the Stanley Cup. And these guys actually know these people's names. They actually know McDavid. They know Drysdale. If you would have did this last year, I would have said not 5 people in the NFL know any of the names.
Yeah.
This year they do. And literally what that's telling you is this playoff hockey, which you cannot play the rest of the season because it's just not possible.
Right.
To play at this speed and this velocity is impossible the regular season.
Yeah.
It can only be done during the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's why we've said it before. We'll say it again. And it's a fact. The hardest trophy on the planet to win is the Stanley Cup, undisputed.
Yeah.
So you have now the Oilers, if they're not going to come out with the utmost disrespect for the Florida Panthers tonight, they're going to go back to Edmonton 2-0 down.
Yeah.
If they can get the split right now, Florida's in trouble. Florida's in trouble.
Yeah.
Florida's in trouble. But the Oilers have to come out the first period and put one in the net. I don't care if it comes off someone's leg. I don't care if you got to jam it in, Mighty Duck style back in the day, the ball's, scrambling around. You have to figure out how to get that puck in the net tonight, and you have to figure it out early.
Mm-hmm.
Early.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the only way for them because they have to do something because, Florida gets that goal that starts playing in your head and then you get to Chuck out there messing around with everyone. Man. But again, I respect Florida too because they are a good team. Like they've been doing it. Like there's no question about it. But I think was Ekman Larson an Oiler? I think
at one point, I believe
that's
so.
right. But anyway, the Oilers need to come out, punch them in the mouth. That's what they did against Vancouver.
That's right. That's right, Jesse. They have to punch them in the mouth.
Last time we talked about the Oilers being soft, and then they finally turned it around and weren't soft anymore. They actually did something about it.
Yes.
And now they're here, and so they have to keep doing that. They have to do what got them here, and that was it. They actually had to play physical. And Florida, again, built like them, fast, but also has a grittiness that we'll see what the Oilers can do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I guess that's
all we can do, Jess. That's all we can do.
But getting shut out in the first game, that's something.
Yeah.
Also, Skinner sucks.
But he wasn't the problem.
When
you lose like that was the first game where I could actually say he wasn't the problem. It wasn't the two goals they scored were awesome. They scored great goals. So it wasn't that. Is Skinner a playoff Stanley Cup goalie? Probably not. But is McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Kane, are those Ekholm, are those Stanley Cup players? Yes, they are.
Yeah, for sure.
They are.
There's no question about that.
And now the Oilers have found a fourth line. They've actually got a fourth line, which everybody knows you need that to win the thing.
Yeah.
Now they got a fourth line, but you got to put the puck in the net. And this goalie is legit. He's the Vezina Trophy. The Vezina Trophy, he's won it. He is legit. Like, he is a problem. And if
Bobrovsky.
if you don't show him the utmost disrespect from the beginning they dropped this puck tonight, this series is over. This series is over. If they don't disrespect him, snow him, take the penalty. No one scored on you in 28 power plays.
Yeah.
Go ahead, snow him. Mix it up. Take someone with you to the penalty box. Make something happen. You have to generate. You have to generate emotion from people, and that's the only way you can win this game, because if you allow him to be in his own space all the time, he's going to murder you like he did the first game.
Yeah.
You have to get in his kitchen. You got to get in there and stir it up.
That's funny, like as Anthony said about being booed. Like, they got to go there and be booed.
Yeah.
And
yes,
really
Jesse.
what has to happen, they have to be booed there for 5 years. They have to do something so severe that they have to be booed there for 5 years.
Jesse, please, Edmonton Oilers, watch the Me and Jesse podcast, because that is the key right there.
They have to do that tonight.
Yes, and that will work.
It will.
That will work.
Absolutely will. We've seen it work so many times.
Did you see that shot count? 37 shots the Oilers had, or 34 shots. That Florida had 16 shots.
Yeah.
Like, stand. And if you told anybody that was the shot count and that they were going to lose, they would have said you're insane. And literally they couldn't get one past them. But you know what you got to do, bro? You got to crash the net. You got to snow them. You got to mix it up in front. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? This is for the fucking Stanley Cup.
Yeah, this is it. Leave it all in there. This is what McDavid. This is what he has to do it. He has to be solidified.
He has to do it.
He has to have it.
He has to.
Yeah, and it's shots for 17-32.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
17 to 32 shots, doubled the shots, and you couldn't beat them. And literally, if you want that goalie to be relaxed, sitting back there, picking cherries, and he's getting those shots from the blue line where he sees them all the time. You're not putting no one in front of him. You gotta crash the net. The second he comes out of that crease, man, you gotta ram him. You gotta ram him.
Do something. Like, you got to do something.
Yes.
You got to make them boo you. That's it.
Yeah, I
make
love
them
it.
boo.
I love it.
And then you got a shot. I mean, that's what the old Oilers did a lot of that stuff too. You got Esa Tikkanen, like,
yeah,
guy was dirty and pissed everybody off. Like,
yeah,
that's Glenn Anderson, like slashing everybody in sight. Like,
you're giving them a formula right now, Jesse.
Yeah.
You're giving them the formula, exactly what they got to do. And if you want to go talent for talent, I think the Oilers got them. If you go straight talent for talent, the Oilers got them.
But that's not what this game is.
No, it's not. It's not. And you can see that. It's, when St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup a few years ago, it was also not a talent thing then either. It was a grind out and an intimidation factor. You have to intimidate this goalie. If this goalie if he sits there too long without being disrupted, he's going to eat your lunch.
I totally agree.
He's going to eat your lunch.
Take you out.
And what about your boy Max? Right now, just literally standing on top of the mountain, arguably en route to be the greatest driver of all time. No question.
It's crazy. We're talking Formula One now, but out of the last 75 races, Max has won 50 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And like, I mean, Lewis is sweating constantly because, like, his record that nobody ever thought would ever be touched is in jeopardy. And and then of course, like, people want to see close racing. I do too. But the Montreal Grand Prix that just happened on the weekend was the best race of the season.
That was straight driving, though. That was Max.
That was, but it was all close. It came down. Like, there's great, like, it was like, this is what we're talking about racing. And so it was, but I think that I'm excited to see what happens. Like, is it going to be a big driver shakeup?
Yes, you can't do that. You cannot, if Max wins 50 races in a row, We can not as fans ever be mad about that. We can only be mad at our teams for not having the character and the drive to compete with them. That's what you have to get upset about. Like if
That's what I
listen,
think.
I'm a Mercedes guy for life.
Yeah.
You're a Red Bull guy. You have been. You're not some jumping on the bandwagon late guy. You always have been. I've always been a Mercedes guy. I'm never switching. Never. I can actually say that. Does it bother me that they're in the position they're in right now? It sure does. Toto Wolff needs to get bounced. He has to. You need someone in there besides Toto. He has to go, and you literally need to shake it up because everybody, even losing, looks too comfortable for my liking.
Yeah. Well, it's like watching a couple parents stay together for the kids in that.
Oh, it's awful.
Now. It's horrible.
Great analogy because it literally looks like that. It's
Yeah.
like I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, they're majorly like I'm not a Lewis fan, but they're majorly disrespecting Lewis.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah.
Giving all the great upgrades to George and you're like, okay, and just even not giving him the best chance to do what he can do, which it is crazy, and I don't get that, but that's what politics about. That's what I love about F1 too. There's so much politics in there that you want
a built-in soap opera. It's Formula
That's what
One.
it is. It is,
and this is a real
one.
McCoy. There's no faking it. This is all real.
It's real. It's totally real.
It's real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, like again, big game starts in 10 minutes. So
10 minutes.
Yeah, everybody's going to be wanting to jump on there right now, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
What you got prediction for the game tonight?
Oilers win 4-2.
4-2.
4-2.
Okay, I think there's going to be higher scoring. I think there's going to be 8 goals total.
Tonight.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 5-3.
Who?
I feel it's the Oilers, actually.
Okay.
I do.
You're way better at this than I am. So I don't ever question Jesse the Greek's your predictions because you're really good.
I think it might open up tonight.
I'm all for it. Listen, there's no secret. I want the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup, no question. But you know what? I got to say one thing about the Oilers. The prices of tickets
It's ridiculous.
are sinful.
Yeah.
It's sinful.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why it's sinful. Not one kid's going to be able to watch the Stanley Cup Finals in the arena. Because if your dad is a doctor, a lawyer, drug dealer, whatever else he's going to be, has to be to pay for those tickets, because lower bowl tickets are $5,000.
Wowza.
So, and the top bowl are about $1,500 to $2,000 a ticket, and that's in Edmonton. You could go on Ticketmaster right now, and you will be astonished on what the ticket pricing is. And to make the ticket pricing that high is disturbing because the real fans will never get to see that game.
I mean, this is the standard. This is what we deal with now.
Yeah.
And people wonder, like, it is. And the problem is they can do it because people do buy them.
Yeah. I mean, now that they have them on resale, so which shows you that all the people that have the tickets. So if you go on Ticketmaster, there's hundreds and hundreds of tickets available
those are all
for the game here. But those are resale. If they don't resell, those people are still going to go.
Yes.
So
the
game will be
some money.
The game will be sold out. But to show you how many people are trying to sell their tickets, because even the people that have been sitting there all year long are going, you know what? For $10,000 for 2 tickets, I'd rather watch it on television.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you got to pay for parking, food, the rest of it.
You're making $10,000.
Yeah.
And still watch the hockey game.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, the 2 tickets behind the Oilers bench for Thursday's game is 10 G.
Yes, that's what I mean. If you sell those, you make $10,000 and get to still watch the game at home.
Yeah, watch at home, and you can order as much pizza as you'd like.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor, for joining us tonight. And fight coming up in August in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah, which Jesse and I potentially could be cornering.
Yeah, I love that place.
Crazier things have happened, everybody.
Yeah,
so I'm just letting you know.
Crazier things have happened. Anthony's fighting KSI.
Yeah, exactly. And please, guys, don't forget our wonderful sponsors at Crystal Glass. Your clear choice for all your glass needs. Call 310 Glass or go to crystalglass.ca today.
And Backscape, backscape.com. Huge Father's Day coming up. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And Father's Day sale all week and into next week.
And it's a great gift. Backscape 2.0.
Yeah. Don't be hairy anymore. Stay smooth.
Stay smooth, baby. Stay smooth.
Until next time, everybody, that's Mark Pavelich. I'm Jesse Martineau. Thanks again once, Anthony, for joining us tonight. And we'll see what happens in the game. Good luck to all the teams involved. I can't cheer for the Oilers yet. I just can't.
You got to go there. I know you.
Oh, jeez. Go Matthew Tkachuk. He's my favorite. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Oilers.
The Me and Jesse podcast.
Thanks for watching the Me and Jesse podcast. Follow us at facebook.com/meandjesse.